you by guys wearing jerseys. Hey, all I'm going to say is, as a Green Bay Packers fan, they're 3-0 right now. And somehow I'm 3-0 in my fantasy football league. So
sports. Get more points.
I think this was convenient because I hadn't done laundry. So I was like, I'll just...
This was incredibly inconvenient. I had to dig through several drawers and a closet to find this. Because sports, I guess. I liked hockey for a while, kinda.
And the funny thing about that is the fact that hockey's over right now. So
is it?
Yeah. I want to say was it Tampa Bay that won? Who won hockey? Google.
Who won hockey? Stanley Cup final. Oh, the Lightning won it again. Okay. Oh, versus Dallas. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Shows you how much I give a shit.
Watch hockey.
Yeah, well, I watched a couple games once or twice a few years ago. I watched the last time the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup, so that happened.
That's the thing. The thing that happened.
I did watch that game live, so I was there.
You were there.
Kind of.
I'll allow it.
So, yeah, it's a thing.
It's the thing.
I had stuff. I've been paying attention to, like, tech news and shit, but now I forgot.
Was there that much stuff? I know Intel announced there's some rumors on Intel stuff.
We got some solid, credible rumors for fucking RDNA 2.
Yes. Yeah, we got those.
Excited for that.
Yep. Excited, cautiously optimistic, given track records with things.
This is true, but it looks promising.
Yes, it does look promising. So
that's all we can hope for right now.
Yeah. NVIDIA hurting themselves. So.
Oh, I know. Oh, it's been kind of glorious because everybody's fucking dying to get one of these. Everybody's been dying to get one of these cars. That it's like, oh yeah, they kind of suck, which just kind of solidifies that AMD probably has something.
Yeah, that's the theory.
That's the takeaway I'm getting from it is they knew AMD's got something, and they wanted to get their they wanted to get theirs out first to saturate the market, but we see how that went. Now everybody's probably just going to jump ship as soon as AMD announces their, right?
I saw that they're delaying the launch of the 2070 until after AMD's GPU event.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably because they realize that they're going to have the same fucking capacitor issues.
Yeah. That's my guess.
Because for it to be a definitive hardware problem is not good on NVIDIA.
No.
Like for it to just be, bar none, a hardware problem is not a good look for NVIDIA.
Nope. And, pushing their cards to the limit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of people are thinking AMD's, they've probably caught wind of something.
Yep.
And AMD's going to deliver, hopefully.
Awesome. Really hope. Well,
I would love some competition in that space. So
yeah, we really need it.
Yeah. Did you see, just talking about this, but EVGA's 3090 Kingpin edition?
No.
You didn't see this thing? Oh my god.
Let's get the Googletron.
It's got a 360mm AIO attached to it.
3090 Kingpin. Oh boy.
3 8-pin connectors, a 360mm AIO attached to it.
Why?
Full
Full
LED display letting you know like everything the card's doing. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty just because it's so overkill.
But like,
but why?
But why?
Because they can slap the Kingpin name on it and charge a premium.
God, it's so fucking stupid.
It's stupid, but the guy holds every record on 3D Mark.
Oh, is an actual person?
Yeah, Kingpin he's the guy that pretty much owns 3D Mark at this point. He's #1 on most of their records.
Just because he's pushed anything to the limit or whatever.
Yeah, he's done a lot of interesting things in that space as far as pushing everything way beyond what it should realistically be capable of. So, yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. I like it. The fact that they really bumped it up to a 360 AIO is just kind of like, damn.
I guess. It's just, look,
like
and NVIDIA stuff being overkill.
Yeah, it's totally overkill.
Oh no!
It's stupid.
Anyway.
I just want to see, I honestly want to see how it performs, really. Like, if it actually does things, or...
I mean...
if it's just all looks and no-go.
Have thermals even been an issue for the NVIDIA cards? That's my thing.
Think so?
Exactly. So why? I see NVIDIA and I just go...
Why?
Who cares? Like, I get there are people who care, and I get that there are people who are super excited for it, and it's really... But, like, NVIDIA's been on top for so long. They've been doing their thing for so long, and they've been overkill for so long. I'm tired of it. I can't get excited for NVIDIA drops. It's like, well, yeah. That happened, I guess,
yeah.
for some reason.
I'm curious what Intel comes out with, really. That'll be the next one.
Right.
Although, from what they were touting a few months ago, as far as the server space is concerned, it seems like it'll be very interesting. Whether or not they have anything for the commercial space and, like, enthusiast spaces, that's a whole other question. But server-wide, it looks like they got something interesting. But we'll see. We'll see if they can scale it. I don't know. It's Intel, so that's a real question of what are they going to do?
Right.
Or how are they going to fuck it up? So,
yeah.
That's all I got for hardware news, man.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I know. There hasn't been too much. I feel like it's been kind of quiet, at least in the hardware space.
I haven't had the time to pay attention to it this week, going back to work.
And it's been a wild week anyway, so
maybe for you.
As far as social things go.
Has it?
Social worldwide events?
What? Yeah, I guess.
I'm actually surprised you didn't even say anything.
I mean, I know things are going on, but it kind of falls in the realm of stuff we don't talk about on the show.
I know, but I'm actually surprised you didn't message me about it either.
I figured you knew. You pay enough attention to that shit.
I knew. I was just thinking, like, I would come back with, like, maybe, like, a LOL, did you see what's in the news right now? Like, yeah. Who would have thought science was a thing that people should listen to?
I know. Ooh. It's like they kind of have made it their job to know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Fucking...
big brain people doing big brain things. Who would have thought?
It's like they dedicated a significant amount of their lives to make their brain big.
Yeah. Man. It's a shame some people don't listen to that science.
I know, right?
Oh, well.
Anyway. I mean, last week I had to kind of dip out because I was supposed to pick something up from a friend, and, like, that was fine, but he had a Warhammer set. He's like, oh yeah, I got this thing of, like, Space Marines and Plague Marines if you want it. And I was like, oh cool, that'd be awesome. And he hands it to me. It's like one of the, like, best Warhammer 40k starter sets that they ever made that they don't make anymore. And he's just like, here.
Jeez.
I looked it up and it's selling on eBay for like $160, which is twice its retail price. So I was like, oh hell yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm excited for this now.
Like, more painting streams, right?
Oh means. Hell yeah, that's exactly what that means. Like, if my computer fucking cooperates, shit. The last 2 episodes the last 2 episodes of this show that I've tried to live stream have crashed within an hour.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So I'm pissed about that. I'm at my wit's end now. I went through and I completely scrubbed. I ran fucking display driver uninstaller. Completely scrubbed all display drivers for my computer and reinstalled fresh. So hopefully that makes a difference. I'm going to try streaming some Among Us tonight, if that helped. 2 weeks ago, so y'all going to miss it. But I'm going to try streaming some Among Us tonight just because it's a thing to test with.
Yeah. Well, your software encoding, right? Are you using H.264?
Yeah.
When you stream?
Maybe.
Because I feel like
I think so.
Graphics. Well, I mean, I imagine so because the only other thing would be NVENC, but that's NVIDIA only.
Yeah. I think I have I'd be surprised if I didn't have H.264. And I'm like, I am definitely exporting the episodes after I edit them as H.264 because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's streaming in H.264. Can I fuck with the settings while I'm recording? Let's see.
No, it won't let you.
Well, I can't, but I can at least look at them.
Oh yeah.
Stream,
you can look. I just don't think you can edit anything.
Output. Yeah. X264 software encoder.
Okay. Yeah.
Recording format MP4. H.264.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Is there no way to like preload on Twitch?
How do you mean?
That just preload the show to run instead of like actually streaming the episode? So like loading it and then kind of maybe having it run as like a rerun, so it's a show that's already there that you can just run.
You can't upload a like direct thing to Twitch. You can only.
I thought you could. I'm thinking of some other program.
Because I mean, I'm uploading the video, or I'm running the pre-recorded video through Streamlabs. This is a riveting episode. We're just troubleshooting the show.
Hey, you know what though? That is useful. All right, somebody's gonna come stumble through this and be like, "Okay, wait, I've had this issue.
Well, that's the problem. Is like, okay, I have this issue. All I'm doing is bitching about it. I don't have a solution.
Oh, okay. So you can, but only if you're a partner or affiliate.
And we're not there yet.
So,
and
So that's.
I think. Because I hadn't had an issue streaming previously.
Yeah.
And I think I figured it out.
Wait, just now?
Like just now, I think I figured it out. Because when I was streaming the show, I'm streaming a recording. I don't need to. We're not trying to interact during the show. We're not trying to interact with chat. So I turned off low latency mode.
Oh. I wonder if that's the issue.
And then when I went to go stream my mini painting those few weeks ago, I turned on low latency mode because I was expecting to interact with chat because I'm there.
Right.
And I crashed 5 times. So now it's got me one one of the main reasons I'm planning on streaming Among Us tonight is to test whether or not it crashes my computer. Because Among Us runs on a fucking potato.
Yeah, literally a potato.
It's a phone game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, the system requirements are a 32-bit operating system. I'm not even kidding.
That's amazing.
It runs on... Or, no, it's not even that. It requires a mobile a mobile chip. So it'll run on anything, so I don't have to worry about that. If I have all of my fucking browsers and shit closed, and I'm streaming Among Us, the only other things I have open beside the game are Streamlabs and Discord, because gameplay, and I'm with other people.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Like, I'll start with low latency mode on, and if I crash, I'll turn it off. And if I don't have any issues beyond that,
yeah,
that's about all I can fucking think of.
Troubleshooting, brought to you by
AMD.
The old angle shot.
Well,
and AMD.
And Corsair.
And Corsair.
I think we called out Morton Salt once.
We did call out Morton Salt. It was Burger King last week as well.
Was it Burger King? Okay.
Well, I said sponsor us. You know, doesn't mean anything.
Well, today... it's like okay, no. Burger King sponsor us, but if you just throw us $5, go fuck yourself. Yay, Carl's Jr. That's a shit.
Carl's Jr. today.
Fuck, I threw out all my McDonald's shit.
Just
I had that moment this week because I'm working full time again, so I just had the equate.
Yes.
Why do you
nail polish remover?
I was like, why do you have nail polish? And I was like, you're probably cleaning your keyboard, huh?
No, actually, this was when I was.
You paint your toenails again?
No, I was reseating my cooler, so I reapplied thermal paste. So I
gotcha.
Use that to take off thermal paste. So, yeah. What else could we throw up there for a sponsorship here? Let's see here. Oh, there was some Advil.
Brew Dr. Kombucha. Super obscure shit. What do I have? Super obscure shit.
Pilot by G2.
Brought to you by beer.
Beer. Drink it. It's good. Make
and
sure you're 21 or older.
Beer. And
beer.
Wait. Beer.
Beer. Excellent. That was good. Good stuff.
Oh, it's down there now. Oh,
you know what bothers me? I actually just thought about this. So
Sony headphones.
These
are amazing headphones, by the way.
Are these ones.
These are the wireless noise canceling.
Oh yeah, those are nice. I've had good reviews on those.
I was like, okay, I'm working full time again, and I'm gonna be working alone a lot. I need some fucking headphones. So I needed to make a Costco run, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it. And they were like, they were there, $200. Like they had the newer version for like $300, but I was like, these are more than I need. $200. Sold.
Nice. Oh, I should ask you. You own a 4K television?
Yep.
Yes.
What
brand did you go with?
LG.
LG. Okay. I've been looking at 4K TVs because I think I talked about that before, where I'm going to replace the aging one behind me on the wall.
Yeah.
Which is 1080p and it's old and
it hurts your brain to look at.
Well, you know, it's just
there's just not enough pixels.
Don't get me wrong, the video quality is still great, but considering that I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5, you know, why not get the 4K TV? I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
Of getting a brand, you know, a new console for 4K content if I don't have a 4K TV. And I've been just looking around, going, you know, doing my research and everything because I have yet to find really what I want. But surprisingly enough, if you, I don't know if many people know the site, but rtings.com, reviews and ratings, does product review on televisions, monitors, soundboards, keyboards, mice, headphones, printers, vacuums, which is the odd one, and blenders.
No. Blenders is the odd one.
Well, you know, vacuums and blenders are really the odd ones. Don't get me wrong. They don't have a lot of reviews on those, and they really haven't done too many recently on those. But they're very, very well known for their TVs, monitors, and, like, overall audio. So audio and video is their forte. Vizio
makes good shit.
And that surprised me. I mean, we do have a Vizio TV, but I never thought of Vizio as like a leader in the 4K TV space. And it turns out they have like some of the best 4K TVs for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna go with them to get a 65-inch 4K, and I think at $1,200 that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
the ratings on this TV that they give is just they're like, this TV is great, and Vizio pretty much only manufactures for North America, so that I was unaware of.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, they had to buy and import this TV because they're EU based.
Interesting.
And
yeah, that explains what was going on with the Linus review. They reviewed a Vizio TV recently.
Yeah.
And they had to do the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I was shocked because I didn't know Vizio was really good in the 4K TV space, but at the same time relieved because now I know what 4K TV I'm going to get. So yes, that's the conclusion of that story.
Like
Vizio is what I'm looking at. So
yeah, I have my LG TV. I got it for like $250 at Costco.
Yeah.
And I think there's something wrong with the logic board in it, because occasionally it'll just like, I think there's got to be something wrong. I don't know if it's like the internal processor or whatever, but it'll like just drop the signal. It'll pop audio. If I have no signal going to it, it'll just buzz.
Huh.
It'll like, it's so bizarre, and it's been doing it ever since I got it. And like, there was a while where it would just not pick up the signal. Like, it would completely just like stop receiving the signal on whatever port I was plugged into, so I would just switch it to another port and it would be fine.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's very interesting.
And like, there's 4 HDMI ports on it.
Right.
If I plug it into, like, there's the 2 on the back and 2 on the side, right? If I plug it into the 2 on the side, I think one of those is ARC, but I don't have any ARC devices, so
yeah.
I think I normally keep it plugged into the not ARC one, and then it'll like pop and says, like, it'll like the screen will blip out and it'll audio pop or whatever. Sometimes it'll like pop and then just buzz through the TV, even though I have audio going to my headphones.
Yeah.
So there's something screwy going on inside the TV. I don't know what's up with that. It's really weird.
Yeah, that is
but
weird.
The way to fix it is I just put it in a different port. But then if I put it into any of the ports on the back, so like 1 and 2 are on the side, and then 3 and 4 are directly on the back. If I plug it into 3 or 4, I get really bad overscan from my graphics card, because it's the TV reading as a monitor, and AMD drivers got rid of any overscan.
Really?
There's no way to fix overscan with AMD drivers at all.
Wow, when did they get rid of that? Jeez.
I think they got rid of it with the most recent, like, major overhaul. Because I could do it before, and now it's just gone. I can't change it at all, for some reason.
That's shitty. I don't know why they would get rid of something like that.
Right? That's like kind of an important thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people use TVs
as monitors.
And like, I'm not using it for gaming. I'm literally just using it as a media consumption device. Like, I literally only watch YouTube and Netflix and shit.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well, I wonder, is there a Windows setting for overscan?
No.
Okay. I was gonna
at least not that I've been able to find.
I was gonna say maybe that's the reason they got rid of it, because they're like, if it's already built into Windows, why do we need to focus on it? But if it's not there, then that's kind of a problem. Now we're doing more things to try to figure this out.
Right? It's like, this is the troubleshooting episode.
This is the trouble. Yeah, actually, there we go. There's the title.
This is the troubleshooting episode.
Yeah. Hold on. Now I'm
advanced display settings. display adapter properties. That could be. Is that doing anything? What are you? I click on it and then nothing happens. This is wow. This is riveting content, guys.
This is the greatest
I am graphic settings. What is nope. Variable refresh rate. I want that.
Yeah, I'm no help because I have NVIDIA drivers, so
yeah.
For me,
I can turn off. Can I? Oh shit. No. Okay. So the variable refresh rate settings on Windows are universal, not per screen.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
By the way.
Today we learned, chat.
But like HDR is per screen. Because my TV is HDR, my monitor is not.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about HDR. I personally don't know if I like HDR. That's my feeling, that it's just like, it's all right. Okay. Uh-oh. Did we break something?
No, I just turned on HDR.
Yeah, the thing got brighter. I just noticed that.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
It almost looks super like.
Oh, there's. Okay. It pulled up a thing. It was like, oh, I'm clicking on it. It's not doing anything. Yeah, it just pulled it up in a different window behind the window I was looking at.
Yes.
Monitor.
Yeah, man.
Screen refresh rate. Now I can fuck with the refresh rate, but properties.
This is riveting.
Like,
I love this episode.
I'm like just working on shit that's not even on the monitor that's recording.
These are gonna be
events.
The best episodes.
I know, right?
The most random.
What are just like we don't have anything to talk about.
It was a slow week. I mean,
it was a slow week. It was a slow week because
unless we were a political podcast, then we would have shitloads to talk
I know,
about.
right?
We're not. So
we're specifically not.
Yes, because trust me, we could bitch and moan about stuff.
We have, boy howdy, do we have opinions?
Oh,
but that's not why we're here. We're here specifically to not talk about those opinions.
We are both strongly in favor of religious oligarchies. No, that is not true or fact. But yes,
I was like,
we have strong opinions on subjects. There's certain subjects we don't want to talk about.
Yeah,
and
it's not
politics is one of them. So
yeah, because it's dumb especially right now. It's dumb right now.
It's dumb right now, and there's enough people spouting about that shit. Nobody cares.
Yeah, if you want to go watch somebody who makes fun of Ben Shapiro for a living.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
Some more news. There's your political talk.
Man is a walking meme.
He really is. Did you see he took the fucking political compass test?
Oh,
like the fucking
that political compass still couldn't help him find his wife's clitoris, even if he tried.
Well, he denies it exists. Because his doctor wife told him. Let's see, he took it and he's like, well, if this is at all accurate, it will show me as a authoritarian right. And he's like, wow, okay, you just admit that you're a fucking Nazi? Oh, okay. Which is ironic because he's Jewish.
There's always one.
That's the thing, is like a lot of people don't realize it, but he's always wearing a yarmulke.
Oh,
always. Like it's just
looked at his head.
It's just black, so it blends in because he has dark hair.
Wow, I never noticed that. I just know he's an idiot, so it's kind of like Tucker
fucking
Carlson.
Fox News told on themselves. Like, this isn't political. This is just hilarious. Fox News told on themselves that the whole Tucker Carlson thing. No reasonable person would take anything Tucker Carlson has to say seriously. And it's like, wow, okay, you just admit it. You just admit that you pander to the stupid.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, well, they're not even considered news.
No. Wait, did they
get rid of that moniker?
Did they?
What do they call themselves? No. So they call themselves Fox News, but
like there's the Fox News, there's the Fox News network, but like a lot of the pundits just calls it Fox and Friends.
Yeah, well, that and the fact that they actually are labeled as not a legitimate news source. They're basically that way they can get away with all the opinion-based bullshit
Interesting.
with no actual fact. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, 100%. Because when you've got people like Mr. Tucker Carlson, who's just like, by the way, this is fact, and it's like, sir, that's called an opinion, and it's like, well, that's your opinion, and it's like, no,
It's like,
that's a
no, I am
fact.
stating the fact that you are stating your opinion.
Yeah, and it's like an episode of Parks and Rec. It's just like, no, sir. That's honestly what Fox and Friends is pretty much just Parks and Recreation. Them having a meeting and the whole town coming together and just yelling for I don't know, but 24/7.
Yeah.
That's literally Fox. That's
Yeah.
Fox as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just reminds me of that one episode where they talk about taxes. And that one guy's like, I think we should tax all bad things, like racism
okay,
and women's vaginas.
So back to like something actually interesting.
Yes. What do we got?
The picture on the TV is now clearer.
Yes. Okay.
And it's like brighter, and it's I don't know.
Are we just fixing all the problems today?
Apparently, I really hope that I really hope that my theory about low latency mode is correct. But that then pisses me off because I want low latency mode on so I can interact with people who are watching me stream, because that's the fucking point.
Last time I checked, yeah. That's why most people stream. It's for that interaction. I don't think anybody has that 100% riveting gameplay where they don't have to interact with chat.
I know, right?
Well, maybe Shroud. I could see Shroud because he's just an FPS god,
Well, okay, so Shroud started playing Skyrim for the first time, right? He started. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
How long has that game been out now?
Like 7 years. I don't know if it was his first time ever, but it's definitely like he started streaming a Skyrim playthrough right before Mixer died.
Wow.
Like I was fucking with some settings or whatever, and I tuned out, and I caught like the very end of his Skyrim stream, and he was still in like Whiterun or whatever the fuck the first town is. It was like this. Right. It was like the second time he'd ever streamed it.
Holy shit, dude, that's crazy. What is he streaming now? He's back on Twitch. I think he's just streaming first-person shooters again.
Just some CS:GO, whatever the fuck. Probably Valorant now.
Yeah, I think Valorant now. I played Call of Duty against him.
Oh yeah.
Once.
Did you kick your ass?
Well, it was Ground War.
Or did you just bark at him?
That would have been fantastic. No, it was Ground War, so it was already a giant clusterfuck, and then everybody in the game just wanted to suck his dick the whole time. So.
Oh my god, it's Shroud! It's like fucking. He's a dude. We're dudes. Just play the fucking game.
No, there's a lot of just please let me just hold your balls. And
can I be on your stream? Can you shout me out?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So. I don't even think I saw him once in that game, just because it's Ground War, so it's 32v32. I didn't see shit.
Was he on your team, or?
No, I was playing against him.
Okay.
So his team fucking destroyed our team as a whole.
Yeah, because
it's Shroud.
Yeah,
Shroud and friends, But yeah, that was that. I think that's my only famous like streamer interaction. And I was I streaming? No, I was just playing. I hadn't even started streaming, so it was just like, oh look, it's Shroud. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I also played against Alex Zedra, who does the character model of Mara in Call of Duty. That was an absolute blowout because our team fucking left halfway through the game, so it was like a 3v6 the whole fucking time, and which just pissed me off because I was like, God damn it. And of course, she was streaming, so I couldn't, I was like, damn it, we're on stream. Like, why can't I just dominate this shit and, like, get the name out there? That didn't happen, so. Oh, well, there was that one, too. And that's, I guess, the E-famous people that I know.
I mean, the most I've ever gotten is like a follow shout out.
Oh yeah, you got the YouTuber, right? That came into the painting stream?
Yeah. No, that's actually the biggest specific interaction because I did actually interact. They said things, I said things back.
Yeah. See,
It wasn't
cool.
just like they make no, it wasn't just like I hit the follow button. They're like, hey, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, fella.
Right?
Glad you could do that.
Thank you, random citizen. That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's just it makes it streaming's weird.
It's
Like,
such a bizarre concept if you think about it.
it is.
Like if you
But
really think about it.
But it makes sense too. When you think about the fact that a lot of media nowadays is consumed on, a streaming basis,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people, I mean, specifically, I'll point to myself for this one. I have more online friends than I do like friends close to me. I mean, I have some online friends that I've known since I was like 17.
You've never seen them.
And yeah, I've never seen them, but we've interacted like
Like you've never
constantly.
been in the same room with them, but you
Yeah,
talk and
but
hang out
but
all the fucking time. Yeah,
but
no,
we talk
like I
and
get
hang
it.
out all the time. So that's streaming in a
Yeah.
nutshell. It's just, man, trying to play games though and interact with people. God, that's so fucking difficult to
Yeah,
like
I'll
get
believe it.
down. Like unless you love talking out loud to yourself constantly, it's a struggle.
See, I'm an only
So
child, so I'm like all about that shit. I've been talking to myself out loud since I was like 8.
yeah, and no, my brother.
doing funny crazy voices and shit too. Like that's how I've always been. So like people are
Yeah,
like even like as hard as it got, being alone all the time in the fucking pandemic, I was fine.
yeah,
I was fine. Like that's just okay. It's like growing up again. Entertain
yeah.
myself for a couple hours a day.
And no, my brother's the same way. Like he would play a game, and he'd always just kind of narrate what the hell he's doing the whole way through.
Yeah,
And I told him, I was like, why don't you stream? I was like, you would literally be perfect for this because you already do what takes probably 90% of the other populace to get like comfortable with. This is what you do. And so I mean, he did stream for a while. I think he got kind of just burned out with it because it was like, okay, I tried something new for a while, but no, when he did it, it was definitely entertaining.
yeah.
So yeah,
And it was like
streaming.
that was even when I was doing my paint stream. I realized way late because I don't know if you tuned in like at the beginning of that, but I was just talking about what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Just like yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna do, and like that actually helped me a lot because it made me like think about the specific techniques I was using and like okay, I'm doing this now for this reason and this is why, and it's that sort of like talking my process out loud,
yeah.
which was nice. And now I've got fucking 30 more models. I went from having 113 models to paint to having 143.
Damn, dude, that's a lot of painting.
It's a lot of painting.
You got your work cut out for you on that one.
I do, and I'm fucking excited.
Wow, that's awesome. I wish I had a good solid hobby like that.
I'm
Just
that
something.
that's the thing is like I'm glad I got that set because I haven't had the impetus to actually paint, but I really want to hobby. So I'm really glad I got that starter set because it's all models you have to build. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I can build these little fucking poxwalker dudes that are just 2 pieces each. Just kind of slap those together. I don't really care what they look like because they're, table grunts. They're meant to just go in and be hit or do hit. Like they're not a character model. They're not a badass whatever. Like they just are there to exist. They're there to fill points in my army.
That's like straight out of Rick and Morty. What is my purpose? You're just here to fill points. Oh my god.
But I've actually been like in the interim of me wanting to, or in the realm of me wanting to stream more. I also was going through some of my old YouTube content, and I remember that I tried to vlog for a while.
That's right.
And I tried to do like the Casey Neistat style vlog of like tell a story as you're doing like whatever and set things up to do whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do that, but I want to incorporate it more with with mini painting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm trying to think of how to do that. Is like, because I've got the channel we're on now, the Fistful of Dice channel, which has its YouTube channel and all of that, and I don't want to just clog that with mini painting stuff, because that does have a greater purpose, and that does have a main show that's supposed to be on that, the Fistful of Dice D&D game.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't want to take away from that, so I'm kind of thinking of creating my own offshoot channel and just call it like Leprechaun Paints and stuff, or something like that.
Oh my god, I just thought of like the perfect fucking like channel emblem that you could have. Just like it would just be like an angry looking leprechaun that's just like maybe drinking paint out of a jar in one hand and like start like trying to hit something.
Oh my god, fucking a little angry leprechaun drinking a tankard of Nuln Oil.
Yeah.
Like this stuff is a meme in the mini painting community. Like it's they literally call this stuff talent in a can. Because it's a super thin down paint, and it's meant to like sink into all the cracks and make all the low lights pop.
Huh.
So it's meant to sink into your shadows and all of that, and like when COVID first started, is like, man got pulled over and such and received huge fine because he was going to the store for some Nuln Oil. Or like, you know, someone will just post a picture of their spilled thing of Nuln Oil and be like, no! That shit's expensive, man. Like, that little pot is like $5.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
And someone actually went and they did like price comparison for like all the different blacks you can get, and it's like almost $1 an ounce for Citadel brand paint. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. And then you get to like craft paint, and it's like 5 cents an ounce. Like your heavy base acrylic.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but
that's funny.
I need to get me some of that though, because basing material. But anyway, I was trying to come up with a way to kind of conceptualize that sort of style of videography with mini painting, and I know it's super fucking copycatty at this point, because two major mini tubers, and like I guess they're terrain mini hobbyists on YouTube, have both started a like Death Guard Nurgle army, and now that's what I'm gonna be doing. And like I was already headed that direction, man.
That's like the fucking perfect storm of just.
I was already gonna. And like, you know, I'll own is like, you know, I'm kind of inspired to do this by Black Magic Crafts, who in his own right is inspired by fucking Miscast. And
well, you know what you have to do?
What?
Well, now you just have to start drama. You just need to blow them both up on Twitter or wherever, and be like, I can't believe
I
you
can
guys are copying me.
I can
And just start fabricating all this like fake drama, blow up your channel.
Oh my god!
It'll be good.
Oh my god! You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Black Magic Craft copied me, and therefore Miscast copied him.
And from what I can tell, they have sent blackmailing emails, both of them, to you. They started this. I've heard death threats from both of their communities, going towards your way. They said something about angry leprechaun paints, not having it. There's been literally, it feels like top of the hour. Every news cycle we're hearing about this. Guys,
my Twitter feed's blown up.
They're thugs in the community, and we're not going to stand idly by. We're going to protect our own over here. Over here at Old Angle Shot and Friends, and here's what I'm gonna say. Where are their birth certificates? Right? I haven't seen anybody's birth certificate. Do we even know if they're U.S. citizens? I have no idea.
It's funny because it's actually neither of them are U.S. citizens.
I will wildly speculate, sir, that they are not U.S. citizens.
I think one of them's Canadian, the other's from England.
So I don't even know why they're trying. As far what this is. This is World War III in a mini space. That's what this is. It's an attack. It's an affront, and frankly, we won't stand for it. So, we're coming. We're coming at you hard. God. Yeah, when we come at you hard.
We come hard. Is that our slogan?
We come hard. Sometimes long, mostly hard. All right. It's just
we will be shooting ropes of truth at the matter.
Ropes of truth, sir. Ropes of truth. You will be bathed in our ropes of truth.
You will be clutching your pearl necklaces.
Pearl necklaces. Euphemisms. Terrible.
Semen.
Submarines. U.S. Navy. Nuclear powered. It's World War III. That's all I'm saying.
They will come at you in long, hard tubes.
Long, hard, metal tubes.
Firing ropes of truth. Causing you to clutch your pearl necklaces.
And you know what? It's a truth that's going to be hard to swallow because there's so much of it. All right? That is fact.
You will be gargling the truth.
Gargling the truth. And,
some could say, guzzling the truth.
Guzzling. Gargle, guzzle, all starts with a G. And we all know what the G stands for. We all know. I don't have to say it. You can all speculate wildly what that means. That's what we're going to do.
We could just call them truth guzzlers.
Truth guzzlers.
You know what? I'll even venture to say it. Truth dumpsters.
Truth dumpsters. See, it doesn't paint a pretty picture, does it?
No.
And it's the discrimination from the mini community that I just find appalling. In this day and age, I expect more. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I do totally see. Like, I could just call them out and be like, "Yo, I could paint a better Nargle army than you can."
You know what? Do it. I think you should because they copied you. The death threats, everything we've seen so far. It's awful. It's terrible.
You totally started doing this before I even subscribed to your channels, but you know what? Fuck you.
Yes, I did it first.
I am going about this the American way. I did it first. I don't care if you can prove otherwise.
I will complain. I will speculate wildly. All right. So let's see. We started a fight with two people who
I'm sure are lovely people.
Fantastic.
Wonderful
people.
Individuals. They have great, fantastic communities that provide wonderful, mini hobby content.
Except the death threats. That was uncalled for.
But that was a little much.
Yeah,
that was a little much.
But
you wield that hobby knife too well, sir.
That hobby knife. We should have a segment. I feel like on every episode where we just call something out that's random and just attack it wildly for like a good 20 minutes or so.
And we could just call it "It's Time to Be Wrong."
It's time to be wrong. There's a subreddit. Oh god, what is it called? Oh, I can't remember. Something incorrect. Something incorrect.
Confidently incorrect.
Yes, confidently incorrect.
I'm aware.
Yes, that is a fantastic subreddit.
I love how it was like, like one I saw was like, this has a 99.5% survivability rate, is the same as, 1 in 200 people die. And everyone's like, and then someone was just like, no, it's not 1 in 200. You better not teach anybody. And if you do, you better quit because it's not 1 in 200. And it's like, okay, show your work. Do the fuck, like, literally, just do the math. Numbers aren't wrong.
Numbers are hard.
Numbers are hard, like, fuck math, for one.
Yeah. Oh, for two, never do math on stream. Never do math while you're live streaming. I attempted that once and caught myself in the act.
Plus 2, 5. Fuck.
Yep. See? Damn it. That's why you don't do it. All right. I caught myself one time almost doing it on stream.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, you know what? I can't remember what I said. I was just like, yeah, fuck math. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it right now. So I checked later. I was on the verge of being really fucking wrong. It was just like, oh, I dodged a bullet with that one. All like 2 people that were watching me at the time would have been like, this guy's a fucking retard. What's he doing? That's not even how numbers work.
You don't add that and get the multiplication of that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you were the kid that put the circle into the square hole, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Man.
Talking about a square peg in a round hole, am I right?
Am I right? Yeah. Oh, we need something else. What else is going on? I don't know. Let me tell you, man, this week was very boring. I felt like. I don't know about you.
Oh, no, it was incredibly boring. I went to work, and then I came home, and then I ate for a bit, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up and went to work, and then I came home. Like, that was my week. That was it.
Ah, yes. The capitalism schedule.
But
it's got to feel good.
It's going to put money in the bank. It's only for a little while.
Yeah.
I just got to tough it out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling myself.
I look at it too as it's always just good experience, keeps you. I feel like it just keeps your mind fresh. I guess at least that's for me. It does. Like if
well, yeah, that's great until you spend the first half of your first 3 days literally just waiting for someone else to do something, who's supposed to be teaching you what to do. Or like, hey, I've got to do this thing, and then you can do what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm like, okay, great. And then, like, his buddy gets rehired, and fucking they start doing whatever. And, he could have totally been done with the thing you're waiting on 20 minutes ago. But, he's been shooting the shit about whatever fucking truck his buddy just bought. And I'm like, I got so close, and I was like, guys, it's great you're catching up. It's great you're seeing each other again. I want to get to work. I want to get this done. Like, there's a deadline. We got shit to do. It's just like, come on, guys.
I'm spinning wheels here. They're not moving forward.
I'm sitting here with my thumb up my ass when I could be turning screws. That's all I'm saying. Because the time I was established to get to just work on my own, I finally reached like, hey, I'm going to be completely off-site. You just do this. And I'm like, cool. I did 3 times as much work in half as much time because I wasn't waiting for him.
You hate to see it.
Like, there's these tools that I'm building, and like I have to build them and test them and calibrate them and all of that.
Yeah.
In the first 3 days of the week, I finished 1. In the next 3 days, I finished, or in the next 2 days, I finished 3. And I couldn't even finish the third one because I was waiting on him.
Oh, it sucks.
Well, sort of. It was like, I was initially waiting on him, and then he's like, hey, I'm done with the thing. I'm going to send it over to you. And then the guy who was supposed to bring it over never showed up. So I'm like, I'm 45 minutes over for the week. I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
I've been done with this for an hour and a half. I'm 45 minutes over for the week. I'm out.
Oh. Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, it's been great because I literally just sit in a hole all day. This is complete. Like, I turn on my fucking Warhammer 40K audiobooks and just work and do things. And goddamn, those books are depressing.
You're just over there, just like, oh god.
They're so well written because it's like, okay, everything in the Warhammer 40K book sucks. Like, I've even seen a meme. It's like, oh yeah, Harry Potter fans, I want to live in the Wizarding world. Pokemon fans, I want to live in the Pokemon world. Warhammer fans,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm good.
No, thank you.
I mean, I even told you, like, the children's Warhammer 40K books are super depressing. Actually written for kids, narrated by David fucking Tennant.
They're the most depressing things on earth.
Like, the children witness mass genocide. Like, they experience exterminatus. Like, what the fuck?
Hey,
I'm listening to the Horus Heresy for the first time.
Yeah.
Fantastic writing, amazing characters that they get you to sympathize. Like, it's really good at creating these characters that you sympathize with, but they stand for a cause that's super fucked up.
Would you equate it to like early Game of Thrones, where you're just like, oh, I fucking love this character, but in the back of your head you're like, they're gonna fucking die, aren't they? Like,
well, and that's the thing is, like, you know that somebody's gonna die. You know that people are gonna die. I mean, the series is called the Horus Heresy. Horus is gonna commit heresy. That's how it goes, and I'm fine with that. Like, I know the base plot, like, Horus and the Emperor get in a huge fight. Horus kills Sanguinius. Fucking the Emperor tears his mind, body, and soul to shreds such that he cannot be, like... The way Horus dies is amazing. Because
Spoiler
it's...
alert for anybody.
Well, I know, right? Like, anybody who pays attention to Warhammer 40k lore and hasn't read the Horus Heresy, but, somehow hasn't... someone who gives a shit about Warhammer 40k lore hasn't read the Horus Heresy, but still doesn't know that the Emperor killed Horus. Anyway... It's like, they put it in this sympathetic situation because it's like the Emperor and Horus are fighting because the Horus is the false Emperor and the Emperor of mankind is doing his thing and they're fighting, but the Emperor is holding back his full psychic power because he believes that Horus can still be saved. Horus gets him down on the ropes and the Emperor is just like, nah man, fuck this, and just rends him mind, body, and soul into absolute oblivion. And then he just gets put on the Iron Throne for the next 10 millennium to just live life as a shell of as a shell of a being. But like the character, it follows, like, so the first 3 books are a trilogy. They're the story of, like, it's Horus Rising, False Gods, Galaxy in Flames. Those are the first 3 books. And it's the story of, from the perspective of one of the captains of Horus's legion, Garviel Loken. And, he gains a seat on the, like, super unofficial direct council to Horus, who is the war master of the Imperium of Man. So he's in charge of all military operations in the galaxy. He's the top. He's number 2 after the Emperor. Like, he's the top shit after the Emperor. And, like, he becomes, like, the direct one of the direct counselors to Horus, and it's like, bro, this is some big shit. And like things are going well. He gets brought in because he kind of always has a sort of dissenting opinion. But as the story goes on, he sort of starts to fall out of Horus's favor. Horus favors another two of this secret council, and things start getting screwy and fucky, and then it cuts to, like, the perspective of somebody else in the lead. Like, it jumps perspectives a lot, and that's kind of hard to follow sometimes. At least when it happens, but, like, it eventually becomes clear who's being talking. And then it cuts to, like, in the early beginning, or early quarter of the third book, it cuts to, like, Horus having this secret meeting with a bunch of other Primarchs, and he's just like, yo, so the Emperor's all fucked up. He's got some janky shit. We're turning on him. And there are some folks in our Legion who are not down with that, so we're going to send them on a suicide mission, and it's only a suicide mission because we're going to send them down there, and they'll be able to handle the mission properly, but we're going to firebomb the entire fucking planet while they're down there. And it's just like, they admit, like, the plan was they were going to drop virus bombs, which literally just melts biological flesh on a molecular level.
Yeah.
And then as the decaying bodies release their gases, they were just gonna ignite a firestorm. And, like, there's this super epic sequence of somebody from a different legion who finds out that this is gonna happen, but nobody on the planet knows it's gonna happen, and he's up on one of the ships in orbit. So he, like, steals a thing, and he gets intercepted by another Legion's ship, and he's like, identify yourself. But the order to shoot him down has been put out. But the guy he gets in contact with on this other ship, he has, like, an honor bond with. So, like, they owe each other their lives or whatever. So he actually helps the guy get to the planet. And he gets down to the planet, he's like, yo, shit's about to go sideways. Like, from Horus, he's gonna fuck shit up. Everybody get to cover. And, like, as much people get to cover as possible, they firebomb the shit, and then, like, once that's done, they all emerge, and then it's loyalists versus traitors on the surface of the planet. And then eventually, like, the loyalists, or, like, one dude, you know, is kind of, like, leading the charge for the loyalists, and one of the other loyalists is like, well, why is that guy getting all the glory? I could probably get some glory if I went over to the traitors. So he literally just, like, on the spot, turns around, and he's like, yo, Chaos, if you let me, Chaos, if you let me have some glory, I'll just tell you everything that the loyalists are gonna do. And they're like, yeah, sure, okay. So he fucking does. And the tides just turn right there. And then Garviel Loken gets into a fight with Abaddon, who's, like, the first captain of Horus's Legion. And, like, they end up in a fight. Abaddon knocks him to the ground, and then, like, Decepticons roll out bullshit. All the traitors dip, and it, like, the final paragraph is Loken just looking up into the sky as another round of fire bombs are falling down upon him. And it's like, what the fuck, man?
See, that's just, I wonder why we haven't seen, like, a 40K series or a TV series, or
nobody's gonna fucking fund that shit because they wouldn't be able to do it right.
I don't know. You know what? I feel
okay. So I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the fourth book, which actually overlaps with the third.
Yeah.
And, like, there's this one scene where, like, they're going to stop a rebellion. That's the guys that Horus is sending these loyalists to get them killed. So they're going to stop a rebellion. And one dude gets his leg cut off with sound. Like, the main character gets his leg cut off at the hip because someone screamed at him too hard.
I don't know. I feel like if we were to pitch this to Bezos, he'd be like, oh, here's a blank check. make this a fantastic show that will get people.
It's and like the as popular as Warhammer as well known as Warhammer is, I don't think people really realize how fucking dark Warhammer gets. Everybody loses. There are no good guys.
But people like that, though. Let's be honest. Since Game of Thrones, people are more open to the aspect of a darker fantasy like world, you know. So like,
well,
I don't
and
know.
like, okay, so like the faction that's sort of painted as the good guys, the Imperium of Man, are literally just space Nazis. They're going around. They're going around. They're killing anything that's different. Anyone who believes anything other than what they say is right. It's like what the fuck is actually wrong here? So when Horus betrays them, it's like, yeah, you kind of have a point, but then Horus is betraying them for the completely wrong reasons.
Hey, look, whatever the Space Republicans want to do, they can do. Okay. Just
like that was the thing for me. It's like, okay, Horus, it's completely understandable why you would want to betray the Emperor, because the whole thing with the Empire, the Imperium of Man is preaching is enforcing the imperial truth. That's literally it. And the imperial, like, which is super ironic because the whole imperial truth is like religion is bullshit, science is like the way it is, and then, you know, the emperor goes away and literally just becomes a religious figure. Yeah. Which they address in the I don't know if you've heard of this series, Emperor Gets a Text-to-Speech Device.
Nuh-uh, I haven't heard of that.
So there's a series on YouTube. It's like 50 videos long, and it's the Emperor Gets a Text-to-Speech Device. So the Adeptus Mechanicus, the tech priests and shit, literally rig up the Emperor's husk of a body on the Golden Throne with a text-to-speech device, so he can speak.
So he's a human speaking spell. Okay.
Yeah, he learns how to speak, and it's just like he comes up and there's a custodes there, and he's just like, shit. What in the actual flying fuck is going on? And then like, okay, so here's the thing, this, that, and the other thing, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Did you not pay attention when I was talking? Like, no! Religion is bad, don't you get it?
I feel like that's probably what would happen in today's age.
It's like, so good, because it's just like all this random, like, what in the actual, like, there's so much stuff where he's just like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? There's like, the Tyranids come up, and he's like, the fuck is a Tyranid? Because the Tyranids didn't exist in the 31st millennium. They came in the 10,000 years since the Horus Heresy.
Yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying is I think maybe not now, but maybe in 10 years we might see like a good series.
Like the thing with it is there's so much that it's hard to maintain continuity, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It does. But that's why I'm saying you got to get somebody firmly behind it who's going to fund it and fund it properly. And not just be like, yeah, let's run 10 episodes and see what happens. You know, it's got to be somebody who's going to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
I mean,
just I don't see anybody who would do that. Not really.
Know.
Oh, and it's one of those, like, I don't think Warhammer is that popular. Like, sure, a lot of people know of Warhammer 40K, but they don't, like, the amount of people who are fans of Warhammer 40K is
we should start a revolution, man. We should get people on that train.
And that's the thing, is it's like, it's a super rich and interesting lore, but it's just so dark, and it's so fucked. Like, there are literally no good guys.
Yeah, well, that's why it's so good. Honestly, in my opinion, the fact that
And like that does actually like posit a good thing, because in like the second Horus Heresy book, False Gods, they actually encounter another human civilization that had like separated its like that had they were very early like sublight travel people, so they had kind of like come to another part of the galaxy and kind of established their own thing. And their whole deal was like, well, like, yeah, they're killer murder aliens, but just fucking quarantine them on a planet and let them do their thing. If we just leave them there, they're not armed. Like, there's this whole arc in the series of like the planet Murder, and like they go to like they hear this beacon, but they can't interpret it, so they go down and check it out, and it's literally just full of what they're calling megarachnids that are just these giant insectoid murder beasts. And they're going in and they just like they end up spending 6 months just wiping out the entire species. And then when faced with these other people who put them there and set up these beacons, and apparently the beacons are saying like, yo, there's some nasty shit here, don't go down. It was literally just it was just a stay the fuck off my lawn.
But then it turned.
They go down and they're like, yeah, we put those there because we didn't need to kill them. We just needed to make them not a problem. They're not spacefaring. They just exist. And yeah, sure, they're gross, but like, do we really need to kill them?
Here's the real question. Was there oil on that planet? All right.
Probably.
That is the real question for the Space Republicans. So.
Really
actually,
is.
Could you...
It really is what the Imperium of Man is.
All I'm going to follow that up with is if we found oil on any other planet besides Earth, we would already be on that planet. Saying that with confidence, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Would happen.
Absolutely. The government would throw money at that with the military force behind it.
Oh, well, we have Space Force now, so, you know.
So stupid. I'm so glad that Netflix got the rights to Space Force before the U.S. military did.
The sad part is that show just wasn't that great.
I thought it was really funny. I thought it was great. I generally don't like Steve Carell. I thought he nailed it. And Ben Schwartz's character on that show was hysterical.
Oh yeah, Ben Schwartz. I feel
okay, for one, Ben Schwartz is a national treasure.
Yes.
Let's get that out there.
Let's get that out of the way. But I don't know. I felt like there was a lot of just constant repetitive jokes in that show that just kind of didn't need to be repeated over and over and over. But I don't know. I don't know.
But hey, it's good to be black.
Okay.
But hey, it's good to be black in space.
It's good to be black in space.
Like, it was shit like that really got me on that show, because it's just like the people there completely understand the pressure that they're under to perform.
Yeah.
And react accordingly. Like, even John Malkovich's character on that show was genius.
Oh yeah,
the civilian consultant who's just like, oh, this military bureaucracy bullshit, I'm so done with it, but I'm gonna use it to my advantage because I know how to play the system, because I'm smarter than these assholes.
Yes, which is very factually true, and realistically, that's how that is. That's represented at 100% accuracy. So.
It is, and like that was what was so funny about it to me. It just it hit the nail on the head in so many ways. Like, they had the young representative. They had so many, like, it was like, I mean, even the Speaker of the House was like Nancy Pelosi or some shit. Like, it was so tongue-in-cheek in all the right ways. I thought it hit the nail on the head in the right. It tickled my funny bone quite well.
It was, like I said, I wasn't like overly a huge fan. It was okay for me. And I'm wondering if they're gonna do more with it. We'll see. Netflix is I feel like they probably already got rid of it, so
probably.
Which is why I'm actually worried that The Witcher is, part of Netflix, because Like,
well, and that's the thing is like Netflix is incapable of recognizing a good show.
Yes, but they're really, really capable about making movies that should not exist. So, and funding projects
like
that should not exist.
Hot garbage. Well, and I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah. I figured you would, which we don't have to dive into that
And
because that's just a shit show.
so my issue with that, I haven't watched it, but I've looked into it. And my issue with that particular project is not it's not the film itself. That has its own set of issues. It's the way Netflix marketed it.
Yes. It's a two-front thing.
The way it was marketed by Netflix was done in all the wrong ways. They made it seem like it was something that it very much isn't. And they made it seem like it was glorifying something it was supposed to be commentating on. And I mean, even the director has come out and said it's supposed to be an uncomfortable film. It's supposed to be hard to watch because it's a French filmmaker, debut French filmmaker. And I mean, it did win awards at Sundance. That's not a small thing.
No, but let's be real here. Most uncomfortable films win awards at Sundance.
Fair. Yeah. And it helped, at least in my mind, that it was a woman director.
Yes.
It helped push the I am actually commentating on this as an issue because it's someone who probably actually experienced it as an issue instead of just like, well, I'm gonna make this happen on screen and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a movie that's absolutely going to attract the wrong type of people.
100%. Definitely.
And it's because of it's not. So I have chosen not to consume content from Netflix anymore. And it's not because they decided to publish that content. It's the way they managed the marketing for that content.
Yeah. Wait, so you're done with all Netflix now?
Yeah. Like, I was not the one paying for the Netflix subscription. It's Juliana's parents. But I will not watch Netflix.
Huh. I mean, granted,
I heard that it didn't have anything good on it anyway, and anything that was good, they just canceled. So,
yeah, I'm trying to think what Netflix has now, because I mean, sure, they have some original movies that they're coming out with.
Like they've hosted a fair few good documentaries.
Documentaries, yes, but the thing is like they're losing the things that people stuck around for. You know, they don't have Marvel anymore. You know, those shows are gone. Mm-hmm. You've got your occasional, Marvel movies, but you can find all of those on Disney Plus, which is way cheaper.
Yeah, right. And you get more out of it if you really think about it.
Yeah, and you get more out of it. The Office is going bye-bye at the end of this year.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, they don't have Friends. That's now on HBO.
They lost Friends? Oh, wow.
Yeah, when HBO came out with their full-blown streaming service, they lost that. What do they have?
They have Stranger Things.
Oh, that's right. They do have Stranger Things, which this will be the third season?
Be the fourth season.
Oh, wow. So they actually didn't cancel a show after the third season, which they're notorious for doing.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing. They haven't actually confirmed a fourth season. Oh, they just have they haven't confirmed a fourth season, but they haven't said they're canceling it either. It would be very stupid of Netflix to cancel it because it is literally their most popular show.
But it is also something that they do. They let things run for 3 seasons and then cancel.
They canceled Glow after 2. Glow was fantastic.
Yeah, well,
and it's not just because boobies. Like, it was actually a good show. It actually had interesting, funny characters. It had unique concepts, and it actually showcased the phenomenon that was women's wrestling in the 80s.
Yeah. I need to probably watch that one, but
I strong recommend. Like, it was good.
But it's I don't know. I'm leery of Netflix because to me they're like Sci-Fi Network. Where
I still haven't even been able to finish fucking The Witcher.
it's a good one.
Like
I personally
I
enjoyed it.
I gave it a shot. I made it to like episode 4.
Yeah.
And I actually like the first time I watched it, I wasn't really paying attention, so I actually went back and watched the first 3 episodes cuz I watched the first 3 episodes and then I watched the 4th one and I was like, "Oh, this is good." But I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So I actually went back and rewatched the first 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And then I just kind of stopped watching. It's definitely good, and I really like Henry Cavill as Geralt.
Oh yeah,
he did a really good job as Geralt.
He does a fantastic job,
and that's because he's a fan.
Yes,
he's read the books, he's played the games, he knows what people are looking for, so he actually provided that.
Yes, he took solid fan service.
He took a lot of care to actually portray that character, one of the most, I would argue, influential characters of at least the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, how much Witcher iconography is just out there.
Yeah.
Like, The Witcher 3 is easily one of my favorite games. Just because it's a game that I can just stop and pick up and not feel like I have to start over because I'm missing major story shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with the story. I'm just having fun playing the game. And sometimes when I pick it up, I just go on a fucking... what's the card game?
Oh, Gwent?
Yeah, I just go on a fucking Gwent binge and just jump from Gwent game to Gwent game, and sometimes I'll, like, actually play the fucking game. Like, there's so much to do that it's something that I can just pick up and drop every now and then. And sometimes I'm just like, I'm in a Witcher mood, time to play The Witcher, so I fucking go play The Witcher. Like, it's one of the games that I just keep installed on my computer because I'm gonna play it again.
Yeah. So I'm actually hoping Cyberpunk is the same way.
Oh, I'm so excited for Cyberpunk.
I know. There's just a lot of people, and see, that's the thing. I need to just stop going on Reddit for anything Cyberpunk related. But there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, the hype is dead. The game is no longer going to be good." It's like, well, first of all, you have no basis for that, so your opinion means nothing. And it's just
hype is not dead.
Yeah, it's a game that hasn't even been out. Like, nobody actually knows what's in the game entirely.
Because CD Projekt Red is actually good about keeping their shit under wraps and only releasing shit that is ready to be released.
Yeah. And then this was great. I don't know if you saw this, but they delayed the game because they wanted to avoid crunch.
Yep.
And now it's coming out that they're going to have to do crunch. They're going to be working 6 days a week. Get it out. Spoiler alert for anybody who's unaware, this happens in the game industry, the software industry, most fucking industries when they're releasing a new product. I don't understand why you people think crunch isn't a real fucking thing. You can plan for something as much as you want, but guess what? You're probably still going to have to do crunch on something because you can't plan for fucking everything.
Shit, I'm in crunch at work right now.
Yeah, like, I mean, that shit just fucking happens. Like, there's been times where I had to work a fucking day.
Okay. I was literally hired because of crunch.
Yeah, like, so get over it. Crunch happens in every fucking industry.
I was told straight up, it's like, okay, overtime's not required, but strongly suggested.
Yeah, which,
because of crunch.
If I was you, I'd take advantage of that, for one, but that's totally up to you.
It's provided there's, actually things to do, and I've been showed what to do on one project since I started. But we're almost done with that, so hopefully they'll move me somewhere else.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, all because the devs, CD Projekt Red is now like, hey, we have to do crunch. That doesn't make them a terrible fucking leader in the industry. Like,
but that's the thing. Even though there's crunch, they're still going to release a complete game.
Yeah. And I mean, it's
I
don't know.
They're going to release a complete game. They're not going to have it shattered with DLC.
No.
They're not going to release 4 hours of game content. They're going to release a fucking 90 to 100 hour game.
Easily.
And then there might be some DLC that adds another 30 to 40 hours.
Yeah, which I know they've planned DLC,
There-
but it's all
there's gonna
free.
there's gonna be DLC.
But it's all free. All of their DLCs are always free.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm
I had
pretty
to
sure.
I had to buy the DLC packs for
For The Witcher?
The Witcher 3 because
Oh,
there's
maybe it's not.
like they have
Maybe I'm
like
thinking of someone else.
actual like story DLCs. Like cosmetic shit that just they just give you that. But
Yeah, yeah.
like actual like story DLCs, they charge you extra for that, but they don't charge you an arm and a fucking leg.
No, plus, generally speaking, it's a full game with their DLC. It's not like an extra hour or two of content.
Yeah,
So,
they're giving you an entire game, not like what Borderlands 3 did with all of their DLCs. Is like here's 4 more hours.
there you go.
I guess.
Just keeping that drip active and alive, you know? Go chase that dragon. Here's another 4 hours.
It's not like, I still argue that Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep from Borderlands 2 is the perfect DLC.
Yeah. Oh, you've mentioned that a few times.
It's at least 20 hours of extra content to do. Another full raid boss, they nailed it.
Yeah.
Gearbox nailed it with Assault on Dragon Keep, and they haven't been able to release anything as good as that, including Borderlands 3, the base game.
Which is unfortunate.
If for no other reason than the writing. Like,
they wrote it too well.
they wrote parts of it too well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they wrote 3 characters really well, so much so that you hate them, and they wrote everybody else very poorly.
Yeah.
So much so that you hate them.
It is true. It is true. I hate the twins with a passion, but that's
Well, they made you hate Tannis, they made you hate Lilith, they made you hate Marcus, they made you hate any NPC that's not the twins or Ava. There's a previous character in the game.
Yep.
And, fuck Axton and Salvador.
Oh, sad face.
But I think we've stretched our content limbs.
How much time do we have? What are we at? 127?
Yeah, 127 right now.
All right, we got 3 minutes. We can fill 3 minutes. I can fill 3 minutes.
You can you can just do another angry
Another
angry
rant.
tirade. Here, just be wrong for 3 minutes.
Oh,
2.5.
shit. This was posted an hour ago, actually.
Okay.
AMD Big Navi 21 GPU for flagship Radeon R9 6900 XT. Graphics card allegedly pictured, massive die, and GDDR6 memory confirmed. Where's that picture? Oh, wow, that is a big die. Holy shit. If that is accurate, that is almost 3 times the size of Navi 10.
You're gonna have to send me that.
Yeah. Discord. There is the link. That does look very, very large.
Holy shit.
It's at least 2 times. It almost looks 2.5 times the size when comparing it to 10 for a somewhat approximate scale. I don't know how accurate that scale is, but
holy shit.
Wow.
Huh.
It's a big one.
That is a big one.
Wow, it's so big. I've never seen one that big before.
Is it hard to?
No. Please no. Oh man, I can only hope that AMD has like a better launch than Nvidia, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually surprised that I'm curious to see if this unfolds more throughout this next week. Oh, speaking of which, wait, it's the 8th, next Thursday, October 8th. So whatever it is, 2 weeks from now. Ryzen 3, right, will be announced.
Yeah, Ryzen Gen 3.
Gen 3.
The 5000 series GPUs? CPUs?
CPUs, I believe so. Thank you, AMD for your naming scheme that
still
could
makes
only
more
be
still makes
Well,
more
okay,
sense than Intel?
yes. Still makes more sense than Intel. Is
Because you can you
getting
can
to that point of slightly
you
hard,
can
but-
read off an Intel CPU, and the most I'll be able to tell you is what generation it's from.
and even then it's difficult because you I mean, Steve from Gamers Nexus did a really good job because he even fucked up reading it, and he was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna retape that. That's going in there because that's how terrible the naming scheme is. It was like the 10980 XE
11
something. And
to,
he was
yeah,
like,
it's just
and
like
he's
this is so stupid.
and he looks at his paper and he's like, well, that's wrong. I could edit this out, but I'm just gonna leave it as is
Because it's that
because
dumb.
your naming scheme is terrible.
I love how done everybody is with Intel. I love it so much. Because Intel's just trying to act like, no, we're the best. And, like, yes, you technically are the best if all you want is raw power. But if you want to do anything but game, you need Intel. Or you need AMD. But anyway, we've hit our time. So
we did it.
We managed to squeeze an hour and a half out of this fucking shit show. What were we going to call this one? Is like...
It's somewhere in the
Troubleshooting is content. I'll find it.
Yeah, it's in the first 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Came up with the title.
No, I think that was in the first 15 minutes. I get to
Or 15.
we do the whole this week sucks. We talked a little bit and we start bitching about my computer and I looked down and I was like, oh god, it's only been 15 minutes. Okay.
Troubleshooting.
Okay. Anyway.
Hey, it's all right. We made it. We'll probably have more interesting stuff next week.
Probably
Hopefully.
not, but we'll see.
Maybe. Well, Ryzen 3 is next week, so
we'll see. Anyway, thank you
Hey,
guys
that'll be exciting.
for watching, and we'll catch you next time.